Hi.
I'm muted. I'm muted. Hi everyone.
Not
Welcome to
this.
Stardust. So Damsel, we are hearing you twice. Oh, maybe is it just me? Hold on. Can you talk,
Your two
Damsel?
monitors.
Yes. Okay.
Hi, this is me talking. Hello. Hi, it's me, Damsel.
Okay. We hear you fine. We hear you fine. I'm
Slay. Okay, perfect.
I'm so glad this aspect of the stream improved itself. Um. So welcome in everyone. Um Oh, I forgot to change the title of the stream, but this is not the Radlock. This is the interview with the PNGTUBER stream. I apologize for that because we had some late minute tech issue that we need to take care that wasn't yet taken care of, but now we are good to go. How are the Stardust feeling for this interview with their favorite mythical girl idol? Can I
My
have some
little
emote in the chat?
shimmers. Hi, everyone.
Okay, so first of all, I saw that some people redeemed and put some subscription. Unfortunately, I couldn't catch the name. Who got the rare ticket right away?
Um, it looks like it was Ube.
It was who?
Ube.
Ube. Okay, Ube got the rare ticket.
The iconic Ube from the House of Express.
The House of Express. Period.
Yeah, clock it, clock it.
Who's
Starlight
that
Express,
busty mama
Starlight
on the
Express,
screen
Starlight Express,
saying,
Starlight Express.
oh wait, Gaby said that he got the rare ticket. Hold on.
Oh, really? I was just going based off of the redeems. Oh, rare ticket. I see. I was looking at the workshop product.
Okay, so Gaby got a rare ticket, and Gaby is also a follower and a subscriber. I also got a new subscription, but I couldn't tell the name because we are. Everybody went so crazy right away. Like, y'all didn't give me a break, which I like. Which
We
I
had
like. Keep
a
going crazy. Keep going crazy.
we had a crazy stream. We had to bring the energy over here.
So I have Imar alert son. I won't miss anything more. Just let me get that on the full screen. Perfect. Ube might have redeemed the Bob thing.
It was the workshop product, random
Yeah,
workshop product.
the random Russia product, and Ube got the pink bug of mystification. How do we feel about that, Bob Ube? Thank you for your patronage. Okay, so everyone, welcome to the interview with the PNG Turber. We are gonna start shortly, and this interview is for you, Stardust member and also workshop member, to get a deeper insight on who Damsel underscore fly is.
You calling them Stardust members is sending me.
I mean, they are called Stardust. They
They're
just don't know
not.
about that.
They're called Shimmers, girl.
Oh,
I call them my Shimmers. Oh, someone didn't do their research before the interview. Uh oh.
uh oh.
Uh oh, Shimmers. We gotta jump the workshop.
Uh-oh. So
I'm
excited to be
gagged.
here for the interview. Thank you, Kibi, for your excitement. It's very contagious. So let me get my question. In this first section, and before we start, as you can see, there is a shiny Raichu, a Alolan Raichu giveaway that you can enter if you follow the channel. If you
Yeah.
give 50 bits, you get an entry. If you give a subscription, you get an entry. And if you can collect a redeemed ticket, either it's a regular ticket or a rare ticket, you get a bonus entry. So
I know that's
stay
right.
focused during the stream and get your tickets.
Yeah.
Was that what was was that a soundboard?
Yeah, it was Jessie J and the Infinity Nikki theme song
Oh my god,
where
bitch,
she
I'm
goes, "Yeah."
bitch, I'm gay. Okay, the way I didn't know if that was her name either. Well, so I'm not the only one. Thank you. Oh,
Yeah, it was a while ago whenever I revealed that. It was
okay.
the little pixel star that dances when people redeem sound redeems. That's what like the people on the Starlight Express are represented by, is that symbol, and it's called Shimmer.
Okay,
But
okay, I
anyway,
get it.
it's not deep. I was just pulling your leg.
So, Darcel, how do you feel to be there? Thank you, Brett, for the follow.
How do I feel to what?
How do you feel to be here?
I feel very honored. I love the workshop. I do frequent it pretty often on my off time off stream. The
Mhm.
Starlight Express does have a VIP parking spot outside, and it is pink. So I am definitely a very supportive patron, and I'm very honored to be included. Thank you so much for having me.
Well, I'm so glad to hear that because today we are gonna work the hell out of your soul.
Oh, not my soul gem.
Speaking of Soul Jam, if you know about Damsel T, you know about their Damsel underscore fly, you know about their concept, which is PNG magical girl idol. Damsel.
Hmm.
What was the idea behind that concept? Can you tell us what were your full thought process about making your PNGTuber concept?
Absolutely. Whenever I had first started coming around to the idea of streaming as a PNG VTuber, I really originally I had really liked the idea of doing a Western like cowgirl bounty hunter energy. And I had plans for it, and I had a lot of different things lined up for it, but I ended up changing everything last minute, because I've always been a really big fan of Idolmaster and AKB48, Love Live, K-pop, J-pop, magical girls in general, like that whole genre of anime. And I really loved the concept of a idol that is a magical girl, and she is like her purpose is to travel throughout the galaxy and save those who are her fans. It's almost kind of like K-pop Demon Hunter energy in a way, in that aspect where they get their powers from music and being able to protect the people that believe in them.
Great. It's fine. It's really great that you talk about K-pop Demon Hunter because this is the next topic. Your brain,
Oh,
Magical Girl, is getting very, very popular in media these days, especially the idol aspect with Magical Girl. We
mhm.
see it in Precure, we see it in K-pop Demon Hunter when they had this crazy change of outfit at the end of the spoilers at the end of the
Oh,
movie,
spoilers. That movie's been
and
out for over a month. They're fine.
a lot of a lot of artists, K-pop artists, and J-pop artists also embrace the magical girl concept in their new songs. How do you feel about this heavy popularization of the magical girl genre?
Before I answer that question, Sam, Pero is saying that they can't hear you that well.
They can't hear me that well.
You might want
Oh,
to bump that mic up, girl.
girl, not too much.
How
Friend.
else are they going to hear your beautiful and glamorous voice?
Oh my god, they really can't hear me that well because the mic is one and the mic is at the maximum level. This is gonna be
Yeah, you
awesome.
sound fine on Discord, but I don't know how it is on OBS.
Girl, OBS, don't do this to me. Speaking of OBS, don't do this to me. This is also something that occurs quite often on your channel, right?
Tech issues?
Yeah, we know about them.
Yeah, everyone knows about her though. That's just streaming babes.
Yeah. So Denzel is like louder than me. I mean, what's new?
Yeah. No, it's true. It's true. It's true. I have the
Okay,
voice of an angel and you have the voice of a banshee. It's just natural that mine's louder.
exactly. I can actually lower Denzel's volume output in the audio editor, but
Well,
that's just
you could always turn me down to match your level.
yeah, that's what I did.
Oh, well, period. Yay!
Maybe you could turn Denzel down to even it out. Sorry. Yeah. Thank you, Mylodic, for this advice. So for the audience, is the is our voices levels are better now? OBS stands for obnoxious bitch assistant.
No, literally. No, wake it up.
No, wake it up actually. Shall I forgive you for waking it up?
Much better. Period.
Period. So, do you remember the question or do I have to repeat it?
You might need to repeat it, EM.
So, let's do a quick resume of that question. I was talking about the heavy popularization of the magical girl genre in media, whether
Yes.
it's
Hmm.
movie or songwriters, actual idols who dive into the magical girl genre. How do you feel about this popularization?
Actually glad to see it, honestly. I think that the magical girl genre is such, even though it's loved by many people, obviously it typically doesn't really adventure outside of the animation field. You know, you can listen to OSTs and soundtracks to anime as much as you want. But unfortunately, those songs, even though I love them, are not necessarily super popularized. But I think with a lot of people, especially like in Korea and Japan right now, there are a lot of people that are currently in the forefront of the idol industry that grew up with that magical girl anime cartoon influence. You see it a lot with Yena with her recent release of her album, Blooming Wings. You see it a lot with Little Monster by Illit, that whole EP as well. Um, all of them are really, really good representations of how you can be a casual fan of the genre and still use it to inspire your art and what it is that you're trying to serve to your audience. And especially in K-pop, I feel like a lot of K-pop fans nowadays also had that same upbringing, so it's really relatable and obviously relatable sells. Um, Now, as to how I feel about it in general and seeing it more commonly now, it makes me happy. I think magical girls are really big staples of femininity, and femininity is always constantly challenged, and there's always people judging those characters, judging those shows, judging the style of fashion. You can go on and on and on. And to see it more commonly now feels very empowering, and I'm glad to see it personally.
I absolutely share that opinion because magical girls, like let's go back in the day. Magical girls, it was only Sailor Moon, let's say some very niche reference such as Peachy Peachy Peach, the song of the mermaids. And when you were a gay boy watching that and wanting to talk about it, um people will look at you the wrong way. And now it's
Yeah,
magical girl there, magical girl there, magical girl there, even magical boys. And I'm like, finally people are seeing what we were seeing since we were a child.
yeah, waking up to the potential that's always been there, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's such a
Moving
genderless thing too. Anyway,
y-
moving
yes,
on.
it is. Moving on to the next question. um Since you are so centered about around magical girls, can you tell us the name of one magical girl that you think deserve the recognition she never had.
Oh, that's a good question. Um, okay, she's she's not traditionally magical girl, right? But she is a part of a magical girl anime. And they are all considered magical girls in this show, right? Um, but it's do you know Magical Do Re Mi, Witchy Witchy? It's like a
Yes.
witchy. Okay. Do you remember Hee Hee? She was the really tiny pixie girl that was body tea as frick, and she had the blue hair and the white witch color scheme magical girl outfit. And she had like
Mm-hmm.
a gold emblem in the center of her chest.
Yes, I remember
I
her.
I loved her so much. I loved the comedic relief that she brought and also her attitude, but unfortunately, the sassy magical girls just don't get as much love as the more what's the best way to put it, like girl next door personality types.
Mm-hmm.
Um but I love them. I love the more edgier magical girls, even though I myself don't really present a more edgier aesthetic. I think another like the cat girl from Tokyo Mew Mew, the purple
Oh
one.
my God.
The I love her, but she's not traditionally magical girl. Like I love magical girls that aren't traditional magical girl appearances. Um, and I'd like to see those two get some more love personally.
I love those answers. If I had to answer it myself, I think that I would have said Vanilla from Sugar Sugar Rune. She was the
Good
blonde
one.
one, and
Hmm.
she in the anime she was kind of outcasted because of her love story, which is crazy because why would you hate on a teenage girl for her love story with a
Oh,
grown man,
literally.
mind you?
Yeah, if anything, she's smarter than them. Her intellect is
Exactly.
far beyond their own. And also, they would love her in multiple other magical girl animes. So I don't know why that was it was such a weird, like, cop out plot point for me. But I digress.
So, next on the topic of magical girl is a cute little game.
A game? I love games.
Save, turn into a witch or kill. Madoka, Mabayu, or Nagisa.
Oh. Oh. Okay. So my options are turn into a witch, kill, and what?
Save.
Save. Okay.
Mhm.
I mean, okay. I'm gonna save Monica. Even though that is such a generic answer, I feel like most people would say that, but also I feel like there's reasoning behind her popularity and the overall like arc of her character is one of the best like self-sacrifices in anime history, in my opinion. Um, and I really look up to her. I mean, I'm sure you can definitely tell there's a lot of influence from her design into my design, especially with the ribbons.
Yeah.
Um, I loved Madoka. I've always been a fan of her. Um, oh God, I think okay. I'm gonna say Nagisa turn into a witch because I low key just want to see that design. I'm gonna be so honest. I just want to see what that design would
You
look like because
are,
no one talks about the witches. The witches have such cool designs.
they do. Like, the things that endless despair and suffering does to one girl. A whole
Oh,
makeover.
literally. It literally and like the concepts of the battles, especially when you get into the Madoka video games, like especially back during like the DS Lite era, like they had so many like reasonings behind their minions being the reason that they're the minions, what they represent in that person's life before they turn into a witch. And I think Nagisa has such good story writing that she could make for like a really dramatic but also like soulful witch. I don't know.
Yeah.
I would like to see that. And then obviously process of elimination.
Not killing my you again.
I'm sorry, I'm sick. I'm sick. I'm sorry, I'm sick. But that's what you presented to me. I had to answer. I don't have any media training.
So what I hear for the audience is that Damsel is one of those girls who would kill Mabayu.
Not really, but like those were the options you presented. So like the cookie crumbles the way the cookie crumbles, and I'm gonna eat it.
Can I say something crazy?
What?
When I thought about that game, my personal answer were kill Madoka, save Nagisa, and turn Mabayo into a witch.
Wow, that's like completely different. I'm gagged.
No,
Why would
because
you kill Madoka?
my okay, my thought process is that we have seen that Madoka has a way too heavy karmic charge on her body and soul, and whatever she does, it keeps getting into a loop and a loop and a loop. Literally, her ultimate magical girl form and her witch form makes an hourglass. Like it's a vicious cycle. So
Yeah.
let's get
You said
let's get rid of her out of the equation.
you
And
said, girl, let me put her out of her fucking misery. That is crazy.
sometimes saving people means putting an end to them. I'm not breaking the rules.
Oh my goodness.
And of course, I save Nagisa because she is my favorite. And Loki turned Mabayu into a witch because I think that would be an interesting concept. And I would
Yeah.
love to see how Mami would react to that.
Yeah. That would be crazy. She would
Also,
probably break down like she always does.
oh, she will, and then
She
she
would
will kill
cry.
everybody.
No shade to Mommy lovers because I'm gonna be so honest. Mommy is like one of my top three Madoka characters if I had to pick. Um, Purely based off of design alone, not even personality. Like her, just so like it's so good. But that is one of the top like five anime characters of all time that will crash out. Like, and multiple times will she crash out, and she's gonna let you know that she's crashing out. She's not gonna crash out alone at home where no one can see and she can like hold herself dear to her. Like everyone's gonna know. It's gonna be on the news. You're gonna see her on the news, actually.
No, because going to talk about her most composed crash out was her killing all of the Holy Quintet.
No words. She just said, "I'm tired," and
No,
then fucking killed everybody.
the way I was gagged, like Madoka was crying, and then I hear a gun, and suddenly Kyoko is dead. Like, what?
Yeah, that show really keeps you on your toes. That's for sure.
Oh my god. Speaking of Mami and the DS game that you brought back from the archive, can we talk about her fucking witch from in her freaking labyrinth?
Oh
Her
yeah, I know.
being her being a Pacific witch and her minion are just
Yeah,
people who brings in friends so she can have a tea party was
yeah,
very telling of how socially anxious she was and lonely as well.
yeah. Reliant on connections and like she never really like saw self-worth. She always saw her worth in other people's eyes, which I think is crazy. Because it's real. And that's why a lot of the topics that series tackles, I feel like tackles it in a very respectful way. Obviously there are some things that are questionable, but I feel like especially with Mommy's character, not just in the show, but in those games, they do a really good job at like selling who she is and what she's supposed to represent. Um, Even in like the anime, whenever it's like the first few episodes and she hasn't even necessarily like, the head chomp of the century hasn't happened. Um, she like there's so much visual representation of Mommy's character through what's going on in the areas around them. While even though yes, they are still connected to the witch that they're like the witch den that they're going into, and obviously that adapts to that said witch's powers. Like the imagery of Madoka and Mommy walking and talking about Madoka making her wish, and she's like, "Oh, I don't know what wish I could make," and Mommy, and with regardless of if she means it or not, in a selfish way, is like, well, you could just wish for a cake and then we can share it together. And like the imagery of the little cakes, like in the background, popping out of the ground as they're walking, it's so innocent. And that represents mommy well as Madoka, because they both are innocent. They're both middle school students.
Yeah.
They're young, impressionable girls. And mommy, with her whole story of, being alone and not having family or really any friends, like, she's so desperate for a connection that she's willing to pull this innocent person into this madhouse of existence that these magical girls go through in that series. Um, it's just really interesting. That's why her witch form further proves those points of like loneliness, and which is why I also really like Sayaka's witch form and her whole attachment to love and the concept of love. Like, it's so interesting to me.
That's right. Um, the next question is gonna be the last question about the magical girl topic. Um,
Okay.
for my thanks to my investigations, I know for a fact that you have been playing Magia etc., the new Madoka Magica game on phone and mobile. Do
Mhm.
you think that what you saw in the games can be some elements that could be a hint for the upcoming movie while Previous Not Rising?
To be honest, probably. I mean, yeah, probably. I feel like at the end of the day, every piece of media that Madoka is tied to is like a thorough line of story. And there are timelines, but the part that makes it so confusing for a lot of viewers is how much time jumps and universe jumps that there are, especially with Homura. I mean, let's be real.
Yeah.
Um, but I haven't actually touched the game in a couple weeks, personally, but from what I played and from what I enjoyed, I feel like there's definitely something going on with that the character that we represent as players. And that could possibly tie into maybe not a specific character being revealed, but the concept of these magical girls across the universe and what they can do to stop this curse. Um, However, I don't see Madoka being a series that has that type of ending. I don't see it being that this cycle breaks. I just have a feeling that it's going to be a disastrous end. Um, and I think hopefully with what they're showing us right now in this game, there will be more content after the movie. But I don't know. I don't know about you, but I feel like this might be its final stride.
Oh my
I could,
god, Rainbow redeemed the super rare ticket for the giveaway.
yeah, yes, that Alolan Raichu could be yours, Rainbow.
Congratulations, Rainbow
Yeah.
Stain. Some people stay very alert for the upcoming of this rare ticket. Snatching it right when it was available.
Came up and said,
Oh my god, that's so bold, girl.
"This this stream is not sponsored by Taco Bell, by the way, chat."
We have no sponsors. Actually, this interview relies on hopes and dreams. So, if you want to fund a girl for a new position so she doesn't have tech issues for the next streams, it will be very, 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 very demure of you. So, let's resume what you were saying.
I just feel like this movie is probably going to be the last one. It feels like they're building up to like a super like fast-paced and dramatic ending to these characters' stories. I feel like obviously Madoka, like the universe and that franchise isn't going to stop, but I feel like that might be the last that we see a continuation of Homura and Madoka's story. Um, because or if not an ending of their story, a conclusion to them as characters, and thus maybe not mentioning them as much in future animation projects. But they might end up truly like becoming what they actually are right now, which is almost like a representation of heaven and hell, and like light and dark, and madness and clarity. um and maybe they just really will become very much sentient beings that rule over the universe, because I mean, we don't know much about anything super deep into the past of that universe either. There could be girls from ancient times that had similar, experiences and weren't successful as well. So that's what's cool about the series is getting to see where they take it because there's so many opportunities with it. Um, what about you though? Have you seen any like Easter eggs? Have you seen anything that's piqued your interest while you've been playing? Because other than like some official arts and like dialogue options between you and Arcube, like the you meaning the main character that you play,
Yeah.
like I haven't really picked up on much.
So the major thing that um kind of like waking up my thinking cap was the fact that we are a magical girl who doesn't know her name, which is
Hmm.
crazy because we doesn't know our purpose. So it means that our soul gem is like very shaky right now.
Yeah, it's tinted for sure. I think that also is represented well by us just being like a black figure with white eyes.
hmm And I was thinking, um, so we see with the memory how the girls fought Walpurgis Snatch.
Hmm.
And I was like, what if um what we are, a magical girl who lost her purpose but didn't despair, was the origin of what Walpurgis Nash is. Sunny bought the pink bulb of divination, Sunny. So tell me, what do you predict with this pink bulb?
The way the pink bob is like a couple inches away from actually being perfectly placed on top of my head.
Right?
It's kind of
So
cute.
yeah, I think that the main character is a hint to what Walpurgis Nash was at the beginning of before becoming Walpurgis Nash. A
Mhm.
bunch of magical girls who basically lost their purpose, so they went mad because they didn't despair, but they still had their power while having a soul gem that is not as stable as a regular magical girl. I
Mhm.
also think that with how things are going right now, um, we will face something that has a greater scale than Omura's and Madaga's power. Because if we need to move on from them and the constant loop that their sapphic interaction is doing, something more powerful has to step in.
I feel like Dragon Ball Z Sapphic fuse and become one
Exactly.
person. Because I
Exactly.
mean, it's very yin and yang. That's exactly what they are. They're very much representations of like negative energy and positive energy. Um, while neither of them are necessarily fully one or the other, it's just like what they represent as characters. Um, it's interesting to me because like I'm peaked my interest is peaked for the movie and I want to see it, but I'm gonna be so for real. I have been clocked out of my Madoka Magica bag and I have been in my pre-cure hell jail cell. And
Oh, exactly.
I've been
Clock it.
on the precure. I've been up in the precure, like the subreddits, all of it. Like I'm interested to know what happens with the movie, and I want to continue the story. But I'm just trying to be patient with it because I feel like if I brainstorm too much, I don't know how you feel about this, but like I feel like when I brainstorm too much for a piece of media that I really, really enjoy, and certain things that I've thought of don't happen, then I get mad because I'm like, why wasn't I in the writer's room? Why
Exactly.
didn't they ask me to write for it? Because I could have thought of a better ending than this. Like, I don't
Exactly.
want to. I don't want to have those thoughts. So I've just been locked in on Pretty Cure recently. If I watch anything Magical Girl, um, but yeah, I see what you mean though. That makes a lot of sense.
Some people in the audience say that we need to get into Star Guardian. Sunny, you are right. Star Guardian is a great piece of media when it comes to Magical Girl. But the issue is that the story is just not going on as much as it should if we need to talk about it. The only thing that we got from Star Guardian was last summer, and it was a visual novel. And it was
Yeah.
just to show how Akali almost became like a star in the movies because their love for Kaisa wasn't reciprocated.
It's always something about a boy denying a girl love. It's always something about a boy denying a girl love. I'm so sick.
I do have to say something though. I believe that Echo and Israel Starbrand are dating each other, and I don't care if they are not from the same period. I don't care what you say. This is my headcanon, and my headcanon is the way.
That's Sam's truth.
So, moving on from the magical girl subject, we are getting a peek at Damsel regular life outside of streaming.
Ooh.
So, Damsel, you mentioned in the past that you live on a farm.
Mhm, correct.
So, I would like to ask, as a nature person myself, what is your favorite place at that farm and why?
My favorite place. My favorite place on the farm. So to give you a little bit of like a visual representation of how large this property is, um, it's about 900 acres of land. There's 3 lakes as well as 26 different crop sections with different crops, a greenhouse, a river, and a barn. So that's what we're working with here.
Mhm.
It's a lot of land. So there's a lot of different places, and there's even a woods area, which is really pretty to drive through and take walks on. But I will say my favorite spot is there is a our third lake on the property is a I believe it's called a sectional lake, where there is a piece of land that rides from the end of the lake through the middle of the lake. So it's almost like there's like a little strip, like an island that rides from the center all the way to the entrance. Um, and in the center of the lake, we have a little gazebo. And I tend to go to that gazebo a lot to write in my diary. I'll go and write poetry. Um, Really, just if I need to clear my mind, if I feel like I'm a little bit too plugged in, because even though I do a lot of work on this farm and I also work a second part time job off stream as well, it's always really important to, you know, touch base with nature in a way that's not work related for me, um, or else I feel like I don't enjoy my time in nature, and we deserve that as humans to do so. Um, so I'd say I spend a lot of my time there, and I plan on at some point hosting a little tea party at that gazebo with my friends. But I haven't gotten to around to it yet, and I think it'll be really pretty. And so whenever I do that, I'll make sure to take pictures and I'll send them to you so you can see a visual.
You sitting there to write in your diary feels so whimsical. Like,
I'll bring my little like AirPods out there and I'll put on some Spotify and I'll just like I'll sit out there with my little tank top on and a little bit of sunscreen and I just enjoy my time.
it's giving. I'm going to write at the lake in this gazebo, and hope that I will meet some fairies of the lake there while I'm writing. It's so whimsical.
Yes.
I love it.
I was literally out there earlier today, working on my planner for stream.
So there was something that I was wondering. Would
Mhm.
you say that living on that farm also have some inconvenience for your streaming career?
Oh, absolutely. So talk about tech issues, am I right? That's definitely the biggest thing about it, because the actual home that we live on in this farm is technically a home that was presented to us through our employers, right? So the house that I live in is a home that I do not own, but is a part of my employer's property. So it's a pretty large barn home that is under like if there's like a bunch of hills, it's like under the hills in the center. And so that also doesn't help with Wi-Fi connections sometimes. Um, However, other than that, like I think my biggest challenge that I face when it comes to living out on a farm, kind of a bit away from people, isn't necessarily the issues that I have with stream, because there's always something you can do to fix a tech issue. Maybe not in that stream, but by the next one or by the end of the week, whatever the situation may be. Um, I'd say my biggest challenge is finding connection, because it's not. I have a great ecosystem online, but my ecosystem in my personal real life is dwindled down due to the fact that not only am I in the middle of nowhere, but also being a trans individual, especially a trans woman in the area that I live in. There's only a few of us. We have a small community here, actually. We have the only time I ever get on the app, but we have a Facebook group, and it's like 9 or 10 of us in this area. So, sometimes I'll, hang out with them or talk with them because, they get the experiences that I go through as well. But I'm also the youngest out of anyone in my area. All of the fellow dolls in my local area are people who have been transgender for a long time, or someone who came to realize their identity later in life. Um, and I really respect those women. They are women that really keep my head on my shoulders, because I don't really have anybody other than my family in this area. So having them, even though I don't get to see or talk to them as much as I would like, it's still an amazing experience, and I'm glad that they're here. I just wish rural living was more trans friendly, and I think it can get there. And it is in other states, just not in mine, which I will not disclose. But yeah.
So, Damsel, from what we can hear, I think that the audience will agree with me that you working your way through those technical and societal issues prove that you are a resilient person. Do you think that
Thank you.
your way of life, what I mean by that is that how you live and where you live, also gifted you more qualities like those?
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. Um, I've only been out as a I've only been living my truth as a trans woman for a couple of years now. And so a lot of the things that I still experience are still new. There's still things that, a lot of my elder sisters have talked to me about, them going through, especially in this area that I haven't ever had to endure, and I hope that I don't. But regardless, the things that have happened to me have shaped me to be the person that I am. Um, I used to be very easy to walk on, and I think I can very much fall back into those tendencies whenever I am having a rough patch. But I've learned to really be strong about my boundaries and know my worth, and what to do with my time management. Which is why I think I'm able to work 2 jobs and also stream. I'm typically working about 60 to 50 hours a week, and that's not including streaming. So obviously, streaming in my jobs contributes towards my social life IRL as well, which can definitely contribute to the connection issue. But at the end of the day, like with the area that I live in, it's much more safer for me to find community online. And I'm very grateful to have the community that I do that backs me up. Um, and I'm also grateful that they understand the parasocial like risk that can come from getting to know a streamer, on both ends. So I feel like a lot of my boundaries have been respected. I feel like people respect my time and my energy and the things that I do. Even though I wish, especially for streams, that I could do more. There's so much that I want to do. There's so many projects in mind. But there's things, that prevent us from being able to make these things happen, at least in this moment. And the support from everybody on top of the experience that I've learned over the past couple of years has really shaped me to just let things happen when they happen and enjoy what's happening in the moment, because we're all growing as creators as we continue to do more and more. I literally hit 700 followers yesterday, and that was a goal that I would have never had thought of when I first started, because I did this for fun and I still do. But like, that happens with time. Like, I didn't try to rush anything, and I feel like that's the point of streaming, is that people want to come and they want to enjoy their time with you. They want to get to know the streamer, but also they want to see you enjoy their favorite games. They want to laugh with you, they want to cry with you. um and it's all about community, and that's something that I think a lot of streamers lose focus of, is that it's not necessarily about how much money you're making or what projects you're putting out or the artwork that you're putting out, especially for us VTubers. It's not all about that. Like, at the end of the day, if you are true to yourself and you're true to your community will support you, regardless of if you're putting out 16 music videos that are fully animated and professionally mixed, or if you're just streaming every Monday and Wednesday and you're playing Pokemon. Like, it doesn't matter. It's the way that you go about it. And those people, the real ones, they'll stick with you and they'll be there with you.
That was such a humbling answer because I was aware that you were working besides streaming, but I
Mhm.
wasn't aware that and everybody has to pay attention. She is a single mom of a cat who works two jobs, 50 to 60 hours per week, and she still streams for y'all. Can we get some emotes in the chat to praise this damsel for all the work she puts for everybody?
Y'all, you have me
Thank
cutting
you
up, girl.
very much. This is my sis. This is not only my interviewee. This is my sister.
That's
She
my
needs
whimsy
the recognition she
sister.
deserves.
Thank you, Sam. I appreciate you.
My reporter self is getting very satisfied with the reaction the chat is having right now. Oh,
Oh my god, not the executor. Kamala,
Kamala save us.
did you fall from a coconut tree?
No, but she was right. You live in the context. You exist in the context, and you are the proof of that.
I think I can say the same for you, Sam.
Oh my god. Everybody is using the readings, which I like.
You are gay.
So, with that amazing answer, Denzel, the next category will focus on your streaming experience as a PNG tuber.
Yay! I'm so
So,
excited to talk about this.
yeah, that's the favorite. That's my favorite part
It's
too
such a fun
because
one to talk about.
it's an interview with a PNG tuber.
Hmm.
So, the first question is, what brings you into PNG tubing? We talked about your concept earlier, but with your concept, you already had VTubing and PNGTubing in mind. So I want to know what makes you take that decision of being a PNGTuber instead of a live streamer, for example.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay. Multiple things, actually. Um, the two biggest for me was creativity and privacy. Um, Creativity, because as VTubers and PNG tubers, we have the opportunity to rebrand and do literally whatever the fuck we want.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it's so much fun, because if I just decided one day, you know what? I don't want to be a magical girl anymore. I want to be, I don't know. I want to be a dinosaur girl now. I'm going to have dinosaur teeth. I could just do that. And then I
And
could
who
change
will tell
everything.
you?
Right. and there's so many opportunities there. Um, and I also like creativity wise, like there's so much more that I could do with a character, especially when it comes to music, which is one of the biggest things that I really want to do with streaming. But I just haven't had the funds to do so yet, or the connections. Um, but like there's so many like artists to commission, and I love supporting artists, especially people that are doing everything completely by themselves. It's not a team. Um, I love supporting indie artists. I love being able to see different people's interpretations of my character. And I feel like if I were to be, as other VTubers call it, a flesh tuber, I wouldn't be able to have as much creative freedom, and a lot of it would be based around literally who I am. And I don't like that being put out to so many people. I've always wanted to do performance in some way. Like my dream when I was a kid was to be a performer, just period, any kind of performer. Um, and as I've grown older, I've noticed, there's a lot of things that can happen to people based off of their fame. And not saying that anyone here is famous per se, but just that like there's a lot of risks that come from that, and that plays into the privacy aspect of it. I would love to be able to go to the grocery store and not have people perceive me. I would love to be able to go to a festival and not have people stopping me from enjoying my time. And it's not because I don't want to meet people that enjoy what I put out. It's just it's good to have a disconnect from the online world and the real life world. um and I already feel that support and care from other people. And I would love to meet my viewers in real life if I could ever. Um, but it would, it's under certain circumstances. It's under my own boundaries. And, my community, they respect that. And I really appreciate that. Um, but regardless of the privacy thing aside, which is a bit more of a negative connotation to it, um, it's really just it's fun. It's fun. There's so many creative endeavors that are open to you whenever you start PNG tubing. Um, it's way less tech sensitive in certain aspects, even though it isn't in some. Um, and I really like the culture behind VTubing, especially here in the West, because there's so many cool designs. What other platform are you going to be able to go online, scroll through the VTuber tag, and find like I don't know some like rocker chick panther girl
No,
who
exactly.
you know what I mean? Like, and you go in and like everything looks like Montenerva in Pokemon Sword. Like, it's like there's so many different people behind it. There's so many iconic creators that if they weren't doing VTubing, they wouldn't be able to do the work that they do, especially because of disabilities. And that was something I had to take into consideration for my own health, because the reason I started streaming, or at least a portion of it, was because I was having health struggles and I wasn't able to work as much. And that's why I streamed a lot more when I first started versus now, which is crazy because I do still stream a lot. So it's just it's a great tool for people of any background, of any experience, to go out and try meeting new people and making new friends and sharing the love for the games and the shows and the pieces of media that you do. I mean, we all need to nerd out, you know what I mean? And why not nerd out together? That's the
Exactly.
fun.
I really resonate with the creativity part because what do you mean you can be watching Magical Boy, anti-Korean who has a workshop, and that workshop has a reporter news channel, and this channel is indeed interviewing a magical girl idol YouTuber. Like, this is very,
Exactly.
but
It's fun.
it's so fun.
And there's
And like,
like so many different concepts too. Like one of my recent favorite VTubers that I have found, her name is Kira, and she is like this hyper speed obsessed racer, but she's also a bee. So she races with her wings.
wait, it's
Like
her
that's
name, it's Circuit.
Yes, Circuit. It's
I
Circuit.
love
Yes,
her.
Circuit. Yes, I love that concept. I also I forget his name, but there's another VTuber. He mainly streams on YouTube live. But his whole thing is that he is a farmer and his chat is the little turnips and he does all of the art himself and it's so cute. It's so Stardew Valley like, but that's what I'm saying. Like, what do you mean that I'm watching this farmer guy who is playing Stardew Valley and then an hour later I can go watch the speed obsessed racer B girl and then an hour after that I can go watch a little some people don't even have characters. They're just like I've seen someone I don't I don't know if this is uh outside of your rules, Sam, but I've seen someone who is a bong. Like they are a bong. Like that's their model. They're a talking bong.
A
Like
bong?
that's
What? Okay, forget
it's
the
a
French
device
scream.
that you a
Forget the
device that
French
you
scream,
smoke
but you
out
will have
of.
to explain what a bunk is.
Like that's just so crazy to me. Like there's so many opportunities and you can so there's so much opportunity to just like take. Like you can just go for it and no one's going to like say no. Unless you're being weird. Don't pretend to be a fucking kid. That's the only boundary I have.
Oh, a bunk is the thing that you smoke with wait,
Yes.
that's okay.
Isn't that isn't
I
that
don't
so funny? Like I literally went into his stream and his model was a bong that had eyes and a mouth. And every time he talked, the bong opened and closed.
know because that's kind of tea doing.
It's kind of deep. It's kind and when he laughed, water spouted out of him. Like that's so creative to me.
Yes, no, people can feel their fantasy when they do VTubing and PNG tubing, and I also want to add something to it, but
Please do.
um, it has to me, it has an intersectionality with gender and body euphoria because you get to
Yes.
represent your fantasy as an extension of your own body, but on stream and in a way that people can see you as you want them to see you. Oh,
Yes.
that's
Oh
so
my god.
euphoric.
It's so euphoric, especially for me as a trans woman that's still going through my transition. Like, I I love myself. Don't get me wrong. Like, I love my body. I love how I look. But I'm still going through this. That there's still changes that are going to happen, and I'm going to have to love those changes when they happen too. But Damsel to me, like this character that I have created, is such a love letter to my femininity and all the things that I've always loved and been made fun of for that I've always held on to regardless of how much I talked about it. And so like that's why like even though like I just said earlier, I don't want you don't have to do a bunch of artwork and a bunch of music videos and a bunch of promotional work to be a successful VTuber or PNG tuber. But I love getting to see myself in different outfits. Like
No,
it's
because
so
me too, me
no, like I
too.
love the concept. Like I love the idea of I was talking with Sunny and Pommy about this last night. But like the concept of all of us at a nightclub in clubbing outfits, but we're outside the club and we've been there for a couple hours and we're cooling off. Like I
Um,
want art of that. Like I want art of all of us in club outfits. I want to be in my little leather skirt with my tiny little
girl, me
purse.
too, me
Like, you see what I'm
too.
saying? Or us at a water park, or us at a botanical garden with some butterflies, and we're just in some casual fall time outfits. Like
Oh,
anything. Like it's just it's so fun to think of that I'm like, I
us
want to see it.
us in a flower garden would eat.
It would be so cute. Like I love that like I love that you can not only because like I mean we both love Fawn and we love the outfits that he puts out. He makes really great outfits.
Yes,
And he's a flesh streamer. Like he streams with his real body. Like, but the fact that VTubers have that same creativity that Fawn does, not a lot of streamers are like that do what Fawn does, and that's why
mm-hmm.
his outfits are so iconic because he's always trying to, you know, make himself look like a video game character, look like an anime character, look like a character that was designed by someone that studied design. And that's what I love about VTubing is because you can put out so many different designs of yourself and you don't have any limits. Like you can get as simple or as intricate as you want. It's whatever you want to do that day. Especially for the people
Exactly.
that are VTubing and also do art themselves. Like there's so much
Yes.
opportunity there. Like I wish I had the skill and the resources to do my own art for myself because I would have already had 20 different outfits at this point.
No, because girl, I keep saying the day I get a hold of a graphic tablet, it is over.
Oh, it's over for these bitches. It's so over for these bitches.
Oh my God. That was a great question and a great answer. I also want to add that there is another great aspect of doing VTubing and PNGTubing is that you can stream while looking like a fucking mess.
Yes, yeah, I will not lie. And some people in my community have heard me talk about this, but I haven't talked about it in a long time, and I have a lot of new community members. Just know there is a at least 35% chance that if I am streaming, more than likely I am in a double XL Naruto Walmart t-shirt and a panty and a slipper. And my hair is in the messiest, but I don't even know if I've brushed it. I couldn't tell you. Not always, not always. Especially because usually when I stream, most of those streams I'm like an hour or two off of work, so I do look presentable. But like on my days off, girl, we might be in a Digimon hoodie and a pair of swim trunks. Like,
Oh girl, I feel it. Oh, interesting. One person in the audience asked a question for the interviewee. Let me read it.
mhm,
So I it breaks 19 says, "Hi, one question. Hold
mhm.
on. This question is kind of.
Why the frack did you give me a sub or one of your viewers a subscription to Damsel? This question is for Damsel.
I mean, if you're not happy, you can like leave.
Wait, what happened?
Is it a? I don't understand the purpose of the question. Is it like shade
Are you
or?
asking?
Oh,
Are
you're
you
happy.
asking? You're happy? Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, the gifted subs aren't ever decided. So if someone gifts a sub, it's not that they're picking a specific person. I mean, you can do that, but typically if someone just gives a sub, it just picks from either one of the followers, or if it's not from someone who's following you, if everyone is subbed, then it goes to people that aren't following. It just goes to random Twitch account. Um, so that's probably what happened there.
Um, I would also add, uh, maybe it will save you some troubles for later. But when you are in a space that you have never been before, maybe write your interrogations in a less aggressive way because you got a lot of people confused. But all good
Someone
is
that's been by
good.
recently. Yeah, thank you, Sunny.
Okay, well, let's move on. The next question is to raise awareness within the PNG tubing community. Damsel, as a PNG tuber and a PNG tuber only, did you ever face some ill intention interaction with other streamers, such as Flash streamers or VTuber streamers?
I've never had anyone like stir up any drama or any issues with me yet. Not that I think that that's something that could happen, because I mean, I don't know how everyone feels about me. I can't, read into their souls and their minds, but um, as far as I know, things have been on a pretty like steady and like healthy up like upcline incline. Um The only things that I will say that I have endured in a negative way, specifically as being a PNG tuber, and this is something that ties into the conversation we had earlier about boundaries. Um, is two things. One, regardless of intention, people coming in and speaking on my voice or like not reading into any of my
Oh,
rules,
yeah.
and thus saying things along the lines of like, like sometimes people will come in and be like, "Oh, like your voice is deep. Like I was expecting a woman," and it's like, first off, there are many, 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 many women in the universe, back in
Mm-hmm.
history and even now, that have had very masculine voices, if we're going to be honest about that. Um, and I think, again, it's never in ill intent. So I never take it personally, but it can negatively affect people. And I also think with the with how comfortable people are with the internet, people don't think about how commenting on anybody's physical attributes um, can affect that person, regardless of if it's positive or negative, And
Yes.
so that's why like I tend to try to put in my rules or anything about how like, hey, like I am, my pronouns are she, they, like please refer to me that way. Um, please don't comment on my voice. Like and it's different like when people come in and they're like, "Oh, I love your voice. Like you have such a, soothing voice." That's, always a nice compliment to hear. But being surprised by a VTuber's voice, you never know what that person is going to sound like. I don't think that that should affect anything.
Because let's
Um,
be real, they would never go into a VTuber or BeanTuber stream, and a BeanTuber is something that is like an object or an animal, and they would be like, "Oh, I wasn't expecting that voice."
yeah, exactly. Um, and it's just like certain things like that can come off a little negatively, especially because if it's a first time chatter, it's like, oh, I don't know if this is being rude or if this is just someone who might not be able to read the room. Because I I've also sometimes struggled to read a room. I can't lie. Um, but the other thing that I would say has negatively, that I've encountered negatively, is hate raids. I've never had a specific streamer come to my stream and raid me out of hate, but I have had people buy bots and raid into my channel with nasty messages
That is
before.
so
And I know
scary.
it's very scary when you have a large group of people coming into your chat and saying shit to you like you're a man, you're nothing but a man, or um like you're fucking horrible at the game, you should stop playing the game. Like things like that are so, there's no purpose for it. Like we were enjoying our time, we were enjoying our stream as a community, and you had to come in here and ruin and spoil the vibe. Especially when people feel entitled to take your time. That's the biggest thing. Is like you're taking your time to come in here and make a ruck when you could be using your time to improve. Um, it's just confusing to me, and it leaves a rotten taste in my mouth. And I know many other streamers, especially people that we've collaborated with, like Neonix, has also encountered that issue before. Um, Shout out to SiriBot though, because I haven't had that issue in a long time. And SiriBot is a great bot that you can get on Twitch for free.
Oh,
Really easy setup that prevents you from being hate rated. So to all of the people that do content creation in the chat or are considering it, make sure to have SiriBot active in your stream. She's great.
I'm gagged. Not you making a product placement on my show.
I'm just saying it's a great bot. It's really helpful and it like keeps you from like not just like bot raids, but like I haven't had a message in my chat that's like come to this link here for this product because that's something that people deal with too. I haven't had that happen in like 9 months. Like it's been a long time. So it's a great tool.
Yes, it very is. Oh, how fortunate that Rainbow Stains has a question.
Oh,
Can you
period.
speak on the accessibility of PNG tubing pertaining to folks with various disabilities? Are there accessibility challenges you faced, overcome that you are comfortable sharing?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. We can talk about that.
Yes.
Um, do you want to answer or do you want me to answer first?
So, well, you are the interviewee here, so you get to answer
Yeah,
first.
I guess that's true. I guess that's true. Um, I would say there definitely are challenges. I would say the two biggest challenges that people face when it comes to PNG tubing, which is something that we've kind of been talking about without necessarily stating it, is the financial that comes along with it. Having to like have artists commission certain things. Not there's not one specific way to do streaming. So if you wanted to be a PNG tuber, that's literally just to make sure that you drew on your tablet and you got that out of the way. That's great, but not everyone has the resources to have a tablet, or to take art classes, or to educate themselves on art and how to do art. Um, so that type of thing does definitely blockade a lot of different people. Um, but I would also say, at least for myself, um, the energy. Like when I first started streaming, my streams were anywhere from like an hour and a half to 2 hours maximum, because I physically could not do longer than that, or else I would start to feel ill due
Yeah,
to my
streaming is not as
physical.
glamorous as it seems.
Yeah, like, and it can be very glamorous. It can be very fun. It can be very full of life, but you have to take care of your physical self so that way you can even be there for your chat that long. That's why, like, I'm not cutting anything. I'm not like throwing any possibilities away by saying this, but like, to the streamers that are full time and do like 8 to 12 hour streams, 5 to 6 days out of the week, I don't know how they do it. I really, especially the ones that struggle with disability, very resilient, and I respect it.
Mm-hmm.
Because even now that my health is in a much better condition and I'm able to work more hours and be a more on hands with what I do, even then, doing a 3 hour, 4 hour, 5 hour stream, by the end of that, girl, I need to eat something and pass out for 12 hours. Like, it's so demanding on the body. Um, just off of pure social interaction, as on top of tech issues and making sure things run smoothly, making sure that you're on schedule, making sure that things are running. Like for a playthrough example, like, you want to get to certain points by the end of the stream. Sometimes that takes longer than you think. You know what I mean? So I know that you
Yes.
get it with doing a girly pop lock, or if you're doing a story based game, like trying to get to a good stopping point. Like, you want to be able to give
Girl.
that to your community because there needs to be a through line, but also sometimes, like, it's hard. I catch myself towards that last hour sometimes just like enjoying my time, but feeling a little bit guilty because I feel like and that's something that I really struggle with, is that I'm a perfectionist. So when it comes to putting things out that I made and are my creative endeavors, I like to make sure that it's the best that it can possibly be. And if something goes wrong, or if I'm not at my full capability to present it and do it, then I beat myself up during and after. I have a lot of times where when I cancel streams, even though I know it's what's the best for myself and also for my, you know, entertainment value, I still feel guilty. I had to do so many weeks off of Persona 4 Golden, which is a playthrough that we're doing right now. And I was so upset with myself over it. Like, I would like beat myself up over it. And it's something I'm trying to get better at, and it's taking time, and I hope that I'll get there, but like, I would say anybody with mental health struggles like myself, that can also prove to be a blockade in ways as well. Not just from keeping you from streaming, but from, it'll take you away from why you're doing. You'll start to get in your head about what it is that you really want out of this, what it is that you really are trying to do with streaming, what it is that you're trying do with this playthrough or with this model. It's so many things to think about. And that can definitely contribute towards your mental health. But I think having the community that I have with the friends that I have, the support and the honesty that I get from you guys and from my community helps me see the bigger picture and remember that not everything is so dire to get done or so there's so much pressure on you to make things a certain way. Like if people don't like it, they'll leave. It is what it is. I can't make you stay here because I got to focus on myself and my own physical health so that way I can be here for the people that enjoy what I'm doing. Because I'm not going to make content or do something for other people unless, we're matching each other's vibes. Like, there's no sense in being in a community with people that you're not enjoying the content that they're putting out. You're not enjoying the people in the community. There's no sense in that. Find the people that
Exactly.
resonate with you.
You gotta match my whimsy.
Exactly.
um Kira says that as a member of the LGBTQA plus community and someone who has been debating on streaming, this is all very insightful and appreciated by both of you. Well,
Oh,
Kira,
Kira.
thank you for that message. This is the purpose of the interview with the PNGTuber. It's to make everyone get a deep insight on what it is and what it implies to become a PNGTuber. All the struggles,
Absolutely.
all the positive side, but also the negative one. Um,
Exactly.
and if you would like to get updated on the next interview with the PNG tuber, you can join the workshop. Here is the link.
Yes,
Unfortunately,
join Sam's
this is
Discord.
this is a 18 plus community. So if you are a minor, you can't join. And I sorry for making it that way. I know it limits the amount of people I can join, but this is also for my own safety. And to
Ooh,
answer
my Discord.
Rainbow's question, personally, my biggest accessibility issue for PNG Turbine is the funds. Um, for now, my model fully relies on a free-to-use model on Picurmi made by Alia on Picru. She is also mentioned in my bio on Discord, so you can follow her. Shout out to her. And most of my backgrounds and what I can get to make contents without getting in trouble are made of free of use image. Back in the day, free of use image were safe for ethic purpose because AI didn't exist. But nowadays, most of the free of use image that you can find on the internet are basically AI. I do not condone AI at all.
Yeah, that's something that's like a recent issue.
Yeah, but at the same time, I gotta do my content. So I gotta use what I can use to get more traction and maybe reach a point where I won't fully rely on those things. And I mean, I'm not using AI to create things. I'm using things that are already created to create other things. So I still like promote creativity with my content, but this specific aspect that I can't control because I just don't have the funds is sometimes tiring on my mental health.
Yeah.
Because every time that I do content, I'm afraid somebody one day will say, "Oh, this creator condone AI because he uses AI," and I'm like, I'm the furthest person for that can exist from condoning AI. Like, I hate
Yeah.
it. I hate it. But I wouldn't blame that person who doesn't know me for saying this because if I saw a stranger on the internet using content and I see some AI content in that content, I'll say, oh, so that's how it is.
Yeah. It
And I
doesn't
can't
set
help
well with
it.
me at all.
Also, when we speak about accessibility, specifically for disabilities, I feel like right now PNG tubing is open to pretty much everybody. And the greatest part of PNG tubing is that it works with programs, and programs evolve with our society. I
Yep.
pretty 100% sure that there is a free PhD tech person who is working right now on a PNG tubing program for people who, for example, can't see, so they can like control it with their fingers and they can listen to audio commands, like every kind of accommodations for any kind of disabilities. Right now,
There is
it's not
you
fully
know,
covered for sure because we are humans, we are always progressing, always evolving, but we will reach one point where what we have now would be fully has been compared to the progress we will reach in the future on that topic, which is amazing.
absolutely. Because there's so many, like, even now there's so many programs and also like Twitch extensions and just there's so many resources already that help make streams more accommodating for people. um and I can't wait to see where it goes from there, which is why when people use AI for their streams or for their model or whatever, it really irks me, because it's like, hey, there's so many fucking talented artists out there that you could be commissioning, and
Mm-hmm.
they're not ridiculously expensive. My model that I'm using in this Fuji that you see right now was $40. Like, the model that I normally use outside of this one, that is my main model, was $100. They're expensive, but they're not egregious. Now, if you want to go full 3D rigging and everything, which is VTubing, that is a hefty penny. But PNG tubing can be the most accessible way to get into streaming, especially because and Sam can touch on this because he's literally using one right now. But there are pit crews that are available for commercial use, which means you can use them to stream. My very, very, very first model that I ever used was a pit crew that I put together. And that artist allows people to use that pit crew to make models and to have a model. So that way we don't have to resort to AI art. And there's so many of those out there. That's a great resource for people. Like, there are things for you to use. So Comet uses a pit crew too, exactly.
No, and Picrow is also a great way to support Picrow creators. If
Yes,
a
yes.
if a Picrow creator puts their model as available for commercial use, it means that in a way they know that it will help them grow as an artist and as a creator. So just by using it and also crediting them on your channels, on your socials, you help a lot. This pickerel is called Black Centered Pickerel, and this is the pickerel that I picked because it is so hard in this world to find pickerels that are designated to represent colored people features, and
Clock it.
this creator specifically worked on it for us. So if I use it, it is my utmost duty to create air wherever I can.
Right. And shout out to the artists that do um, welcome darker complexions for their models, because there are some artists that refuse to do certain skin tones for the models. And my personal response to that, and you can have your opinion, is learn. If you don't feel comfortable doing a certain skin tone for a model, if you're going to be a model artist, learn. Learn. Learn the shading, learn the colors, learn the palettes. It's easy. And you can make so many models for people of color, because there's so many people with so many different fucking backgrounds. that deserve to feel represented and that don't have those resources, which is an amazing reason why the person that made Sam's model, um, that has that pit crew, for that resource to be there. And that's why you see so many people who are Black, Hispanic, Asian artists or creators that use these models because there's only so many. You know, like the more resources we get, the better. And people have to put in that work. But if you want to be an artist, if you want to specifically be a model artist, if you want to market yourself as a person that makes models for VTubers, I think you should do it. What did Pero say? Yeah, that's real as fuck. As an
Oh my
artist, there isn't
god.
an excuse to
Shuza,
learn.
one night hate, got the rare ticket.
Oh my god! I'm gonna do a backflip.
Secret!
Oh my god, go Ray!
Exactly. So I have to say to remind y'all that even though you get a ticket, if you do not follow the Discord channel, not Discord, if you do not follow the Twitch channel, you are not eligible to enter the raffle and get the shiny Alolan Raichu.
Y'all better drop that follow real quick. And if you get the Alolan Raichu, or even if you don't get the Alolan Raichu, you better keep that follow and not unfollow it right after. Because that's
Exactly.
just whack. That's
Y'all are
just
real
whack.
ones.
Mwah. We love the workshop here in the
I
Starlight
also have to
Express.
say, oh my god, Gaby Games got a regular ticket.
Ooh. No, oh wait, there's more?
Oh my god, Gaby! Oh my god, I'm gagged.
Wait, hold on.
Damselfly? Oh my god. This is pure insanity
Hey,
right now.
hey, all because I'm the interviewee does not mean that I should not have the right to enter the giveaway. I don't have a shiny golden Raichu.
Oh my
I don't have one.
oh my god. I can't keep up. I can't keep up. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for Gaby. Okay. One for Damsel.
And then one for Shoja.
Oh my god, Gaby is buying so many tickets.
That redeem going on and off.
Ooh, she is really the queen of the wave, right?
No, she is. I love Alolan Raichu. That's like one of my favorite Pokemon from that gen.
Roche con leche, follow the channel. Thank you.
Yes, Rose. I know that's right.
Okay. 6 tickets for Gaby. Oh my god.
Gaby said, "It's mine."
Um.
Give it to me
Oh
now.
my god. This is insanity. She keeps. Okay. I think that with just that section of the stream, I now need to commission a shiny Alolan Raichu emote.
He's so cute.
Oh my god. So Gaby
Shiny
has 6
Alolan. That's
regular
that
tickets.
Pokemon is very much your aesthetic.
I love shiny Alolan Raichu because she is a representation for the brown girlies.
Yes.
And she surfing is an activity that is very common on my island because for you all who didn't know, I live on an island. I live in Guadeloupe, which is an island of the French Caribbean. And yeah, I
Yes.
really reason, even though she was from Alola, which is the Hawaiian region, I really resonate a lot with Island Raichu. There are 3 Pokemon that I resonate with a lot. Peperoncino, my Smeargle, Selena, my Drumpa, And Macaron Mai Raichu.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got cut. I what were we saying before that? Queen of the Waves, Mass Insanity girl. What were we saying?
We were talking about how artists, I was saying how I feel like if you're going to be a model artist, like if you're going to do art for other people, you should be able to do any skin tone. And Pero is saying that that was real. And as an artist, there isn't an excuse to not learn how to draw different skin tones.
It is. I wanted to add on that. It is if you feel that you are afraid to do wrong when
Oh my God.
oh my god, that's 7 tickets for Gabby.
he just needed to put one more nail in the coffin. It's okay.
Um, if you are afraid to do something wrong, I have to tell you that as an artist, you never grow if you always do things right.
Yeah,
Even when you draw right model, you always do like inaccurate proportions, something that is not fitting. It happens for very any kind of ethnic. So if you want to grow, you have to try. You have to do wrong before doing right. And
yeah,
I can tell you that not a single black person will hold you accountable for doing something wrong unless you didn't educate yourself appropriately and you did something such as blackface. Unless that, not a single black person will hold you accountable for like um proportion that are irregular or pigmentation that are not accurate. If you are learning, you are learning. Someone that is learning cannot do something correctly the first try. That's purely absurd to think so.
yup.
So for the artists out here, study like maybe African American actors that you can see in the movie. Study them, study their complexion, study their features. Try to replicate them the best you can, and do that until you are satisfied with your own work. Then post that work on social media and see how people react. If people react like severely, it means that you did something wrong and you need to figure it out. And learning is can be tough. Learning can be tough, but it needs to be done. It needs to be done so
I
that
agree.
we get more and more artists capable of representing a wider customer ethnic range. It's also good for you because the most people you can represent, the higher the paycheck.
Fuck it.
Am I right or am I right?
You're right. You should say it for the people in the back.
So, ooh, okay, let's go back to the questions now. Um, the next section of the interview and the last one before the giveaway is about Damsel's achievements as a streamer.
Oh my goodness.
Your favorite pink-haired magical girl idol um participated not only once but 2 times at a broadcast event for the queer space. I called the Girly Pop Cup. Damsel, being a contestant in such an event can be very exciting. I know about how you felt for the second time, but can you do a little confession of how you felt for the first time? How was it? Tell us.
Absolutely. When I first tuned in and was a contestant on the Girly Pop Cup, I was a little intimidated because I had never done any form of VGC at all up until that invite from Shiny and Dawn. And I really wanted to challenge myself because if I was gonna introduce myself to that side of Pokemon, I knew that it would have to be through something like this because it would be such a positive enforcement. Um, and it proved to be that. I really enjoyed it. I had a lot of help from both you, of course, and Gaby, who's in the chat right now, on helping me figure out my team, getting the resources I needed together, knowing what I need to do to build a team for a VGC setting. And now that I've done that, I've been able to participate in multiple other VGC events. I've been able to come back and compete the previous Girly Pop Cup. Um, and I just feel like I'm learning more and more and more about a game that I've always enjoyed. I've always been either just play the game or shiny hunt, and that's always kind of been like my thing with Pokemon. And so being able to apply all of that also on top of the resource management and the different builds that you can do for different Pokemon, the way that certain Pokemon can be built so many different ways and can do so many different things, especially ones that I really love. Um, One of my favorite Pokemon from my first Girly Pop Cup team is Lara, which is a shiny Volcarona. And I've been using
Mm-hmm.
her. Yes, I've been using her for my Terra raids during this event in Scarlet and Violet recently, and she has proven so well to uphold not just in a VGC setting, but in a Terra raid setting. And I've always loved Volcarona. So now I feel like I even have a better sense of appreciation for like one of my favorite bug types. Um, and it's also just been nice. Like, I feel like the Girly Pop Cup opened me up to so many different other Pokemon creators that I had never known of. And I feel like I've been able to branch out and get to know other people better because of it. Um, and like through that, I was able to even do other accomplishments like with my community. My community grew, and we even did our own charity Pokemon event for Pride Month, which was also super fun. Which I
Yes,
was
that
really
this
grateful
is the
for those
next
opportunities.
topic.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes, I did my research. So, but before talking about that, Damsel, besides being a participant to live broadcast event 2 times, which is very big when you start PNG2, when you start streaming. You also did your first 1 year, your 1 year anniversary of streaming this year.
Yes, I
1 year
did.
of streaming and you are keep growing. Tell us, how does it feel?
It's crazy. I'm like, it's one of those things where my life is so fast paced that I don't even realize how close I get. I don't really ever look at my following number until something big like that happens where we hit a new goal of 100 increment or whatever. Like, I'm not even at 1,000 followers yet, so like I still have a pretty big goal to achieve. Um that I've set for myself, but the more closer that we inch towards it, like the more it feels real. And so like when I'm in my fast pace, like work, stream, do what I need to do for myself mode, and then something like yesterday where I hit 700 followers happen, it feels so surreal and I feel like I'm not like prepared for it. So I tend to like in the moment on stream, I'll be appreciative, of course. But then I've had a lot of times where, like, after that stream, those streams where, like, those big accomplishments have been reached, I tend to think about it more and really settle with the info off stream. And I kind of prefer that because I am a crier. I cry a lot. So I don't really want to be known as the crying magical girl on Twitch. But sometimes there are things that happen where um, we reach like a goal that really shocks me, and that always forces me to cry on stream. but yeah, even yesterday when I finished my stream, I went on and I was like, this is crazy. Like this journey has really been way more bigger than I thought it would ever be. And to be completely honest, I have a lot of that to thank to Fawn, because without Fawn, I wouldn't have had the start and the community that I would have had
Yeah,
when I first initially streamed.
Fun
Um,
is a mother
no,
for the
we are
young
his
girls who
sons.
start streaming.
No, like he's Nicki Minaj and we are his sons. And I know Pommy is, but I fully agree with that. Like, yes, we're all doing our own things and we are our own individual people, but at the end of the day, I can't not give my respect and my gratitude to him, because if it weren't for his community that I found, and everyone in that community giving me the courage and the excitement to want to start streaming at all, period, I wouldn't even be streaming right now. I probably wouldn't even be a PNG tuber. um
Mm-hmm.
and so it's crazy to think the domino effect of it all.
Yeah. The first person who shared my channel was Fun. I remember it was during the era where people were making Pokemon teams and Fun was rating them, and he rated mine, and then right away said, "Oh, by the way, Sam has a content channel on TikTok that you should follow," and drop the tagline. I was like, so that wasn't expected, but that's very much appreciated.
Yeah, of course. Like, and that's why, with my platform that I have, which, I still don't have a humongous platform, but I do have something. I have people that support me and want to know what's going on in the ecosystem that we live in. And so I always try to push other creators. I always try to that's why I always raid at the end of streams. I always think if you are a creator and you want to make community, raid other channels, raid people that get connections going. um and that support goes both ways as long as you match that energy. And like,
Yes.
that's something that, like, that's one thing that you can't say about Fawn is, you know what I mean? Like, that is a humble person right there, and that's it keeps me wanting to do better. And same thing with all my other streamer moots as well. Like, I've gotten to meet so many people over this past year, like Sunny and Snowy, for example, two streamers that I haven't known as everyone else, but I'm still able to support them and they support me. And ever since making that relationship with those people, like, it's been such a positive experience. So that's one thing that I'm really grateful for, is like, there's so many people from all these different communities, where Twitch is normally such a negative, toxic cesspool sometimes. Um,
Oh, girl, wake it
that
up.
No, it's true. And like, the fact that we have the communities that we do that aren't like that, I don't entertain the idea of bullying. I don't entertain the idea of anyone coming at me some type of way because they're able to talk to their favorite streamer in a derogatory way. Like, if I know you and I know that you're joking, we can have a little bit of banter. Um, but I'm only like that really with people that also stream that are my mutuals, because I know we know our boundaries, and if there is a boundary that's crossed, we can talk about it. You know what I mean? I can't really do
Mhm.
that with my chatters. I don't know you like that. You know what I mean?
No, exactly.
But when it comes to the mutuals that we have and the support from each other, like, my community supports yours and your community supports me, the least that we can do is make sure that we're accommodating each other when we're in each other's spaces.
Mm-hmm. And it all started with our friendship.
Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, keep in mind, a lot of us we're friends prior to even being streamers. So when we say that we're friends and that we support each other, like, we really do mean it.
Exactly. To be fair, I was intimidated the first time that I started um collabing with people on Twitch, because I am somebody who is very self-conscious. And so I know about the fact that I'm very behind when it comes to techs and equipment. I'm very behind. to any other streamer, and I get self-conscious about that. And for example, the first time that I joined the girly pop games, I wasn't speaking at all because I was afraid to sound icky because of my shitty mic.
Yeah.
But after that, so many people told me that my voice was unique, and then
It is.
it low-key broke some insecurities that I don't have in real life. This is the funny part. I don't have any insecurity about my voice in real life, even when I'm speaking English. It's just through my PC with on asthma.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Also, mind you guys, English is not Sam's first language. So Sam works really fucking hard. So regardless of his no shade, his shitty mic, he still puts really great content out, and you should support him so that way he can get that better tech to get to get that progress, to get that growth. I didn't even get my first mic until 8 months in, 9 months into streaming. I was
Oh
streaming with the
girl,
Nintendo Switch headset mic.
oh girl.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then after that, when I met people like Dawn and Shiny Stone, Chilora, Lucy Stars, they were so, not only they were so welcoming, but they were also so much appreciative and impressed of the work that I was putting on for the challenges, by, for example, that I realized that at the end of the day, maybe I'm behind when it comes to tech, but the way that I'm being myself and loud about it is enough to make a positive impression to the right persons.
Yeah, for sure.
So, damsel, not only did you do your 1 year stream anniversary, not only did you participate to a broadcast live event, for June, you also rose more than $1,000 for Trans Lifeline.
Hmm. Yeah.
This was a crazy week, and I want
It
you
really
to
was.
tell us all about it.
That is like that event, that charity stream that I did is one of the most important things that I think I've ever done ever. And that includes like IRL and on stream. Um, it was really important to me during Pride Month to do something for the community, especially right now when so many people are struggling with their money, struggling with being able to get their medicine, being able to get the procedures that they need to. And I went into it thinking, I have a really like at the end of the day, and I love everyone in it. I do have a small community. I'm not a big streamer. I'm not like Iron Mouse over here raising hundreds of thousands of dollars for charity. And I would love to be able to do that. But every dollar counts, every cent counts. And so I just told myself, you know what? I'm just going to go into it with a hopeful attitude. I'm going to buy some stream overlays that are different from what I normally have. I'm going to change everything up. I'm going to challenge myself. And even though I'm going to have to work my own jobs at the same time, and I wouldn't be able to stream as long as I would like to during this event, I'm still going to push through and I'm still going to make it happen. And when I had initially set the goal for that event to be just $100. I really thought, like, you know what? Maybe 200, maybe 300 will be how much we make by the end of the event. Like, that would be amazing. And there are people that also did charity live streams for Trans Lifeline that month, like Kizzy Mix, who did raise money as well. Um, who reached those numbers. And it's an amazing feat to even raise any money for these charities. Um, but when we had passed the $500 threshold, that's when everything really started to like really the fuller picture was revealed to me in that moment of what my capabilities as a streamer was because I did and I'm not saying this to take away from the aspect of it being charity, because I'm not asking for any praise for raising money for people that need it. You know, I think everyone of any background should be doing charity if they have the time. Um, but the fact that I
Oh, damsel. Damsel. Oh, I'm gagged. Hold on. Everybody, we are apparently facing a tech issue. Somebody is Xing the workshop. Hold on. I need to get my alchemist. Oh my god, we need to protect our diva. Oh girl, this is very dark sided. Hold on. Whoa, everybody, we are working really hard on this hex somebody cast on us. So while we are fixing things, I will leave you with Peperoncino, the smear girl, who will keep you company while also listening to Cat's Eye. BRB.
God bless the sweet girls, God bless the dream girls, God bless the queen girls that turn the other cheek girls, God bless the free girls, and yes, God bless even the mean girls. Even the mean girls, and yes, God bless
All right, everyone. Um, Unfortunately, as you can see, the X cut our communication with the Starlight Express. So, first, the interview is going to get cut short. Fortunately for us, it was the last question, so you almost missed nothing. We were just talking about the $1,000 for Trans Lifeline, and I'm pretty sure that Damsel will have another opportunity to talk about that. Right now, what we are going to do is proceed with the giveaway. So it's closed. If you buy a ticket now, it won't be added to the raffle, but everybody who bought a ticket and who are eligible to enter the raffle are gonna get their entries done. So with that being said, let me show you the rules for this giveaway. Oh, where are the rules? Um, we will go to the just chatting section of the workshop for that. And here are the rules. Okay, let me actually copy them and get back to the interview scene. So this is the rules to enter the giveaway. So as you can see, um to enter the giveaway, you have to be eligible. Eligibility comes by being a Twitch follower. With that, you enter the raffle by redeeming a ticket or the rare ticket. Subscribers get one entry, more than 50 bits cheerers get one entry, and founders gets one entry. So with that being said, I'm gonna share to you the wheel of the giveaway shortly. Bear with me, everyone. Oh, hold on, that won't do. It's best to share a window. Okay, perfect. It's just gonna be full screen so that it's best for everybody. So right now we have 8 names for Gaby, 2 names for Damsel. Well, thank you for purchasing a ticket, but comment the count has already been stopped. I was getting to it, Gaby. Um, so Gaby has 1 red ticket and 7 regular tickets, which make 8 ticket flats. So Gaby has already those 8 ticket flats entered in the raffle. But Gaby is a subscriber and a founder. So Gaby gets 2 bonus tickets, which make a total a total of 10 tickets for Gaby. So, on to Damsel. Damsel is a subscriber and she is also a founder. I already gave her a subscriber ticket, but I didn't give her her founder ticket. So now Damsel has 3 tickets. I mean, Comet Gaby did well at the beginning of the stream and mid interview as well. Okay, I know that it's not easy, but it is what it is. Um, so who I need to check my subscribers. Um, how do we do that, y'all? No shade. I don't know how to check the subscribers. How do we check the subscribers? How do we check who is subscribing right now? Um. Okay, so you actually do not have a shiny Raichu. Looks around nervously. When it comes to Rainbow got one rare ticket, which is there, and I don't know if Rainbow is subscribing to the channel. Yo, seriously, how do we check that? Help a twink! Oh, also, we just hit 80 followers, y'all. So we are 20 followers away from getting 100, which is kind of crazy. Okay, so you're not a sub. Who in the chat also have a founder page besides Damsel and Gaby? Okay, nobody else. So I think that it's good. Nobody else is claiming any mistake on the count. So we are gonna spin the wheel. It's gonna be between Gaby, Rainbow, Shuja, and Damsel. Let's spin the wheel. Are we ready to spin the wheel? I'm nervous. Comment, girl. You bought a ticket right after I said the counts are cut because we are spinning the wheel. No shade. I love you, but it is what it is. Everybody heard it. Oh my god, not too much, Gaby. You are getting cocky with that giveaway, huh? Okay, we are spinning the wheel. Can I get some emotes in the chat for before I spin the wheel? Like, some emotes in the chat. Some emotes in the chat. Get us excited for this wheel. Okay, we're getting some emotes. We're getting some emotes. Okay, we are spinning the wheel. Um, control. Oh my god. And the winner of the Shiny Alan Raichu giveaway is Gaby Games. Congratulations, Gaby. You showed your power as a whaler. Gaby, it's not the first time that you wailed for the downfall of other girly pops, right? I still remember. So, Gaby, um, on later notice after the stream, we will meet an agreement to give you this shiny Ellen Raichu. Okay, well, since Damsel is really not, since I cannot uh get a new connection with Damsel, it is time for us to end the interview with a PNG trooper. Um, it's so unfortunate that it ends like that, though, because I wanted to ask Damsel, how did she feel doing this interview? If she is in the chat, can she express her feelings about how the interview went? Did she have fun? Damsel, I can still hear your voice whispering in my ear. Crude oil, crude oil. I can stop drinking crude oil. Thank you for the fun stream. No, I think you all is because of the audience that an interview and a show like this are possible to create. It was a blast. I'm so glad that you liked the interview, Damsel. You're glad to be in the workshop whenever. Everybody, since this is the end of the stream, this is your last chance to catch a workshop, a link to the workshop until I close the doors to the workshop. The workshop is a magical place that is between space and time, and only a few elite selected people can have access to it. After all, you are my little shoppers, aren't y'all? In honor of this live stream and passing on the good vibe, I would like to offer a shiny mark to anyone who participates in today's raffle. um, oh, that's very generous of you, Gaby, but I don't know if we have the time to set that up since we are ending the stream. I'll suggest that you give me the shiny mark and I keep it. I mean, I will do a giveaway with it for the next interview with the PNG Trooper. Also, speaking about that, y'all, I, we already have our next guest, but I won't reveal it too soon. Okay, it is time for us to end the stream, and we will end the stream by doing a raid because that's what we do over here. We support people. Um, let me go into the just the stream management and who can we raid? So who can we raid? I think that Kiran is playing Final Fantasy 14 and this is a game that I like, so we are gonna raid Kiran. Everybody, yeah, everybody, this is gonna be the red message. Sam sends the shoppers on a frenzy. Workshop rave, and you use your workshop emote, the workshop emote of your choice, whether it's the Kamala Culer or the Chioxis XCX or the Kirk emote. You pick the emote that you want. Thank you, everyone. It was WSN Workshop News, your best reporting channel.
꿈이 꾸는데 비밀 그 빛에 홀린 듯이 따라가라 호기심은 자꾸만 커져 이걸 마셔보게 될걸 너만